This is Radio Taiwan International.
Welcome to the news on Radio Taiwan International. I'm Eloise Phillips, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. We begin with a look at today's top stories for Thursday, January 1st. President Lai Ching-te calls the motion to impeach him a waste of time. Taipei's 2026 New Year's Eve celebrations drew larger crowds and heavier metro use than last year. And Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, officially begins mass production of its 2nm chips. But first, today's top story. President Lai Ching-te delivered his New Year's address this Thursday morning and responded to media questions regarding the legislature approving a motion to initiate impeachment proceedings against him last Friday. Lai stated that the opposition, including the KMT and TPP, knows the motion will not pass in the legislature and called it a waste of time. He underlined that he has not been corrupt or lawless during his time in office and asked for the opposition to clearly explain their purpose in initiating the impeachment process. The president also emphasized the need to address the special defense budget and the central government's general budget regardless of such proceedings. Responding to Lai's statement that the impeachment was a waste of time, TPP chairman Huang Kuo-chang said Taiwan wasted all of 2025 on the mass recall election, which resulted in 0 successful recalls. He suggested Lai apologize to the Taiwanese people for the negative effect it had on society. The legislature will hold public hearings on January 14th and 15th regarding the impeachment case and a separate hearing for government officials and parties on April 27th. President Lai is invited to explain his position during review sessions in January and May. According to the Constitution, a 2/3 approval by the legislature is necessary before being submitted to the Constitutional Court. The impeachment will be upheld if more than 2/3 of the justices in the court approve it. Taipei's 2026 New Year's Eve celebrations drew larger crowds and heavier metro use than last year, with city data showing both the Xinyi party and major concerts boosting traffic. The Taipei Metro reported that by 8 p.m, total system ridership had reached 2.23 million, approximately 44,000 more than the average on New Year's Eve the previous year. The 4 key stations around City Hall and Taipei 101 handled around 94,000 trips between 4 and 8 p.m, about 3,000 more than the same period last year. Taipei City's Department of Information and Tourism estimated, using telecom signaling, that around 65,000 people packed City Hall Plaza for the Taipei City New Year's Eve party at 9 p.m, up from about 47,000 last year. The metro increase coincided with pop diva Jolin Tai's concert at the Taipei Dome, while Xinyi's outdoor countdown show got underway. The New Year's Eve event kicked off at 7 p.m, featuring South Korean girl group Kara, Taiwanese girl group Gem Blue, singer Tanya Chua, and band Amazing Show, among others, in a relay of performances. The countdown segment and Taipei 101 New Year's show culminated in final acts Nick Cho and hip-hop group 911. To safeguard the festivities, the city deployed more than 3,000 police, firefighters and civilian volunteers, implementing identity checks, drone monitoring and digital surveillance measures. Despite steady rain from the afternoon, many attendees braved it in raincoats and under umbrellas to enjoy the performances while waiting to welcome 2026. Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, or TSMC, has officially begun mass production of its 2nm chips as planned. The production is taking place at its facilities in Wafer Fab 20 in Hsinchu and Wafer Fab 22 in Kaohsiung, utilizing first-generation nanosheet transistor technology. The company confirmed that the rollout will occur in the 4th quarter of 2025, promising significant improvements in both performance and power efficiency. TSMC has emphasized innovations such as low-resistance redistribution layer, or RDL, and super-high-performance metal-insulator metal, or MIM, capacitors, which are designed to enhance the efficiency of 2nm chips. Additionally, the company intends to expand its 2nm family of products to maintain its technological edge in the industry. Witology Market Trend Research Institute executive VP Wayne Lin stated that the timeline aligns with expectations as TSMC continues to maintain a 3 to 5 year lead despite efforts by Intel and others. TSMC's announcement of 2nm mass production coincides with Chairman C.C. Wei's early year commitment for delivery by the end of 2025. Significantly outpacing Intel's 18A production schedule, he explained. TSMC's advantage comes from its ability to rapidly deliver cutting-edge products and achieve fast ramp-up yields, which is why it is considered Taiwan's guardian mountain and global leader in semiconductors. Lin also mentioned that the demand for chips in 2026 will be driven by AI through products like NVIDIA GPUs, Google TPUs, and ASICs. This will keep TSMC's 2nm, 3nm, N3P, and N3X production lines in high demand and undersupplied. Scores of tourists flocked to Taidong County early Thursday, hoping to witness the year's first dawn glow and sunrise. Thick clouds obscured the coastline, but beautiful sunrises were observed at the mountain pass along the Southern Cross Island Highway and Jiamin Lake. After the county government's New Year's Eve bash ended at Taidong Seashore Park, many tourists headed to the beaches of Taimali Township, Nantian, and Sanxiantai to await the first sunrise of 2026. Thick clouds ruined visibility along the coastline until the sun peaked faintly around 7 a.m. County footage from the Yako Mountain Pass showed orange-red hues atop clouds from 6 a.m., with sun rays breaking through at 6:41 a.m. in stunning glory. The Jiamin Lake Tianshan mountaineering team also snapped the sunrise, with hikers exclaiming, "We're so lucky." China has escalated tensions across the Taiwan Strait with large-scale military drills near Taiwan.
China has once again raised tensions across the Taiwan Strait with large-scale military drills around Taiwan, underscoring Beijing's willingness to escalate pressure amid shifting regional dynamics. On December 29th and 30th, the People's Liberation Army's Eastern Theater Command carried out exercises involving naval, air, and missile forces. The drills included live fire zones and marked the PLA's most prominent show of force near Taiwan in months, following a period of relative calm. Danjiang University Graduate Institute of Strategic Studies Associate Professor Lin Yingyu said the drills should not be viewed simply as retaliation for recent U.S. arms sales to Taiwan. Instead, he said they reflect Beijing's growing unease over closer U.S.-Japan security cooperation and remarks by the Japanese Prime Minister's statement that a Taiwan contingency would directly threaten Japan's survival. Launched just before the new year, the exercises coincided with Russian military activity near the Northern Territories. Lin said this points to potential strategic coordination between China and Russia, applying pressure from both North and South to constrain Japan's self-defense forces and limit their capacity to support Taiwan. He warned that if China, Russia, and North Korea were to act in parallel, it would align with the PLA's concept of simultaneous pressure across multiple seas, directly testing the resilience of the first island chain. Institute for National Defense and Security researcher Su Tse-Yun said, China has long combined political engagement with military coercion, but the rapid shift to force in less than 24 hours was atypical, suggesting an effort to divert internal pressures. International observers are watching closely, with analysts cited by the New York Times and Bloomberg agreeing that the PLA drills are no longer just military exercises, but calculated signals with lasting implications for security in the Taiwan Strait and the broader Indo-Pacific. Joey Chow for RTI News.
The Sports Ministry announced this Wednesday that youth sports vouchers will be upgraded to sports coins in 2026. Along with the upgrade comes expanded eligibility, eliminating the upper age limit of 22 and allowing anyone 16 and older to register. Worth 500 NT dollars, $16 each, 600,000 coins will be available to the public beginning the first quarter of the new year, issued to qualifying registrants by random drawing. Those registering must be Taiwanese citizens born before January 1st, 2010 and aged 16 or older to qualify. At a press conference this Wednesday, the Sports Ministry detailed that coins may be used to buy equipment, participate in sports, and watch competitions. The maximum amount issued for equipment purchases is 200 NT dollars, around $6, which can be used as a discount on various sportswear, shoes, wearable devices, and other athletic gear. The maximum amount issued for participating in sports and watching competitions is both 500 NT dollars, around $16. Deputy Sports Minister Michael Huang said the ministry hopes the incentive will encourage more people to exercise and that more people will find motivation through the policy. Online registration will be open from January 26th to February 8th. Businesses can apply to become participating stores beginning January 5th. The coins will be valid from March 1st to December 31st, 2026. Thanks for joining me for the news. I'm Eloise Phillips. Stay tuned for another 50 minutes of English language features brought to you by Radio Taiwan International.